Welcome. So you may have seen cams on gym machines before and may have wondered what they are and what their purpose is. So in today's video, we're going to run through what a cam is and what its purpose is when it's on a gym machine. So firstly, what is a cam? So I've got an image of one on the screen here for you right now, and you can see sometimes they're round, sometimes they're egg-shaped, sometimes they're the shape of a nautilus shell, and you can see there's a belt wrapping around it, and it has an axis in the middle of it. And essentially, as that cam moves, when it's hooked up to a machine, that belt and the line of force that it's producing will get closer or further away from the center of the axis of that cam. And depending on how the machine is set up and the way it works, then that cam will actually modify the resistance through the range of motion, assuming there's other things that are not changing it in the way the machine is built. One thing they do is they do redirect the force that's coming from that cable or belt. So that's the first thing they do. Because they're rounded like that and you have the belt wrapping around them, they will actually redirect the force from the cable and the weight stack. So that's the first thing they do. Secondly, if they're well designed and on a well-designed machine, they will modify the resistance, and hopefully they modify it appropriately to match what us humans are capable of producing in terms of force and output. So as humans, we actually have a different ability to produce force or torque throughout a range of motion. So when we perform different movements, our strength, our ability to produce strength, changes throughout a range. So one of the best examples I can give you is a seated row and that motion that's associated with that. Because in a seated row, we're really strong when we have the load out here and we're pulling from out here in this more lengthened position, we might call it. And as we get down towards this short position, our ability to produce output decreases dramatically. So if you have a cam on a well-designed row that actually makes the resistance drop off slightly as you get to this short position, that could be a really nice outcome because it's matching what we're capable of producing as humans. And if you've ever used one, it feels amazing. And the outcomes generally superior to that of a machine that does not have a cam. Hopefully this gives you a better understanding of what a cam is and what its purpose is. Obviously there's far more detail to be discussed on this topic, and if you're interested in that, I highly recommend checking out the resistance training specialist course. That's where I learned this information through many trips to Oklahoma City and through watching videos on exerciseprofessional.com. So highly recommend that. And also if you just have questions, feel free to ask me directly. I love getting questions on this stuff and I love exploring it in more detail. So if you have questions, just send me a message and I'll get back to you on it.